Manchester, members and officers of the Council and the Youth Council, honoured and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, could you please be upstanding to receive the Worship Mayor of Oldham, Councillor Edinburgh, and his Mayoresses, the scaffold.
Please be seated. Good evening and welcome to Oldham Council Chamber. I'm sure the young people have been in here many times, and we're here for a very special event tonight. I won't keep any longer than say welcome and thank you for coming, and I'll leave it to the Youth Council to lead the proceedings. Over to Isaac.
Please may I have your nominations for the office of the Youth Mayor of Oldham Metropolitan Borough for the municipal year 2025 to 2026. I call upon Youth Councillor Hassan Jabbar to move the nomination.
I, Hassan Jabbar, move the nomination that Penelope Spencer-Simpson be elected as the Youth Mayor of Oldham for the municipal year 2025-2026. Now, I've known Penelope for around 18 months, and in the time that I have known her, 3 things have stood out for me. Firstly, she's been an amazing chair of the Youth Council. Penelope has been fair, just, and kind at every step of the way, whilst ensuring that no matter what, we all have a chance to feel heard and listened to. She made every single one of us feel welcome, and that is why she was an incredible chair, someone who I hope to be like when I become chair. The second thing that stood out for me is that Penelope is a role model and a peer mentor. Penelope and I were on the Listen to the Earth programme together, and in that time, I got to know her really well. In Poland, she was a friend to everyone, and while she wasn't technically the chair of anything in Poland, she still led the way. Her actions and attitude and her ability to remain a source of positivity for everyone really helped the group through difficult times. Outside of Poland, and even outside of the Youth Council, she has done and is still doing loads to create meaningful change. Whether it's her work with the Children's Commissioner, with My Life, My Say, or even walking 62 miles to raise money to help women and children escape domestic abuse. She is always doing something for the better. That is what inspires me. She will never watch an injustice and sit back. She will try her best to make a change and use her voice in aid of those who can't. I see her as a mentor, and I'm sure all youth councillors feel that in some way too. Finally, and probably most importantly, Penelope, you are my friend. Over the time we have known each other, we've been on 2 Super Resies, hosted 1 event, and been to many more. I have learned that you are caring, funny, and an absolutely remarkable young woman. And that is why I'm honoured to move the nomination for Penelope Spencer-Simpson to be the Oldham's next Youth Mayor. Thank you.
I call upon Youth Councillor Ali Ahmed to second the nomination.
I, Ali Ahmed, second the nomination that Penelope Spencer-Simpson be elected as Youth Mayor of Oldham for the municipal year 2025 to 2026. Pentagon, Penty Pookie. It's been 3.5 years since you've joined Youth Council. It's been an amazing experience. When you started, you were like this kind of like shy, quiet person, but honestly, after 3.5 years, you've blossomed into such an amazing and inspiring person, and I could not have been more than happy to be seconding this nomination for you to become Youth Mayor. You've been such a sunny and bright personality to have here, and we've had so many memories together during Youth Council ever since you started in 2022. Through our first trip to North Westminster with Hannah, where she read our tarets, and we got so much merch, and she drew you on my hand with a Sharpie. Through last year's UFO Resi, when you were thrown into the pool by Isaac, and almost screaming to my death when I did the leap of faith, and you were there being as supportive as you are. And to avoid lengthening this speech, your numerous contributions that you've made towards our many campaigns, ranging from Vote to 16 to asking for care experience to be recognised in a motion to council, And your passion is always shown through coming online to youth council meetings, despite being in London for uni. And I absolutely knew that you'd be an amazing youth mayor because of your dedication and commitment to how young people's voices are heard. And that is why I can proudly stand here and say that I second the nomination. Thank you.
I call upon Youth Councillor Neve Roberts to read Tom Penker's support of the nomination.
I, Tom Penker, support the nomination that Penelope Spencer-Simpson be elected as Youth Mayor of Oldham for the municipal year 2025 to 26. Good evening. I'm sorry I'm not there with you all, but I didn't want to miss the opportunity to speak in support of a great friend and inspirational young leader. So it's an absolute honour to support my friend and fellow youth councillor, Penelope, as she steps into the role of Youth Mayor. Penelope and I started our journey together on Oldham Youth Council, and over the years it's been inspiring to see her grow into the incredible person she is today. We've shared many achievements, both within the council and outside of it, but what truly stands out is her unwavering dedication, kindness and passion for making a real difference. Outside of our youth council work, I've watched Penelope seize opportunities and accomplish amazing things. Her commitment to the community and her drive to support others are truly admirable. She's a lovely person who is always ready to lend a hand, listen and do anything she can to help those around her. Over the past year, as chair of the Youth Council, Penelope has led a diverse, talented and influential group of young people. Under her leadership, we've worked hard to bring about positive change for the youth of our borough. Her ability to unite others, inspire action and listen to everyone's voice has made a real impact. Penelope is not only an inspiring leader but also a great friend. Her kindness, empathy and dedication make her the perfect choice to be our next youth mayor. I have no doubt that she'll bring energy, compassion and vision to this role, representing our town with pride and making a difference for all young people. Please join me in supporting Penelope as she takes this well-deserved step forward. I am confident she'll be an extraordinary youth mayor for Oldham. Thank you.
All those in favour, please show. Youth Councillor Penelope Spencer-Simpson, I am delighted to inform you that by the unanimous consent of the Oldham Youth Council, you have been duly elected as Youth Mayor of the Oldham Metropolitan Borough for the forthcoming municipal year.
I, Penelope Spencer-Simpson, have been elected to the office of Youth Mayor of the Oldham Metropolitan Borough 2025 to 2026. Hereby declared I take the office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to observe the adopted code of conduct in the performance of my functions in that office.
The press are now invited to take photos.
Mr. Mayor and Consort, Vice Lieutenant of Greater Manchester, Honorary Freedmen and Honorary Aldermen of the Borough, members and officers of the Council, members of the Youth Council, honoured and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome and thank you for being here this evening. Firstly, I want to begin with a quote that means so much to me, my understanding, and my outlook on the decisions I choose to make in everyday life. That is, with great power comes great responsibility. Said to Peter Parker by Uncle Ben in the Spider-Man comics and movies, definitely not an idea by Voltaire. I know it sounds silly. How can a small quote from a comic series possibly help shape and influence me as a person? However, I say this not only as a Marvel fan, but as someone who has seen and experienced this philosophy in real time. For example, youth councillors. You should feel proud of your power and responsibilities as elected representatives across the borough. With the amount of time and effort you put in, it makes us, in my most biased opinion, the best youth council in the country. I am thankful for all the friends and memories I have made and will continue to make with you all. I highlight being Isaac pushing me off a paddleboard in the summer residential. I hope to return the favour one day. You are all inspiring and wonderful people to work with, and I can't wait to see more great accomplishments in the future. Despite my grudge against you, Isaac, you have exercised your power and responsibility as the 15th Youth Mayor with such grace and dignity. You should feel proud of the legacy you have left in your term of office, and you continue to do so in your everyday life. Thank you for not only being a role model to all those around you, but also being a good friend. Moreover, to the councillors in this chamber, you have the power to influence local decision making. One responsibility that I think is arguably the most significant is the support you give us as a youth council. In response, we help you improve lives locally so that we can protect and celebrate Oldham's culturally rich and diverse nature. From being born and raised in the borough, I'm proud to say that I am from Oldham, with the opportunities, insights and skills I've developed being here. Moving from Oldham to London for university was perceived as a big step. Thankfully, I knew my time as a youth ambassador for a Children's Commissioner. There was a team of support from people like Amber who will continue to support my dreams as an advocate. You provide a myriad of opportunities for people like me, from speaking in Parliament, hosting roundtables and interviewing professionals on podcasts. Thank you for the work that you do for young people nationally and involving myself and others in these important conversations. To my teachers and youth workers, you also possess a power to influence young people, the responsibility to spark passion and ambition in learning and advocacy. I definitely continue this passion in my work at university. That motivation definitely becomes handy in late night study sessions. Some words I follow are from my A-level English literature teacher, Miss Pinckney. They were, remember to stop once in a while to look back on how far you've grown, no matter how small the step. I want to share these words of wisdom to everyone in an attempt to show a glimpse of the support and inspiration my youth workers and teachers like Miss Pinckney have provided me over the years. Though this can't be compared to the debates about Star Wars I've had with Chris, you all inspire me and other young people alike. My friends, old and new, we've shared so many memories and learnt so much from each other. I cannot fit it all in this speech alone. Though I can say you never fail to make me laugh, comfort me in times of stress, justify my shopping habits, and unfortunately are exposed to my obsession with Hamilton the musical. I'm grateful to you all and can confirm I'm not throwing away my shot. If you're not familiar with theatre, that was a poor attempt of a Hamilton reference. My family have also fallen victim to this obsession, but nonetheless, your endless love and support has simply helped me be here with you all today. My mum and dad are the twin pillars to whom I would not be able to stand without. With the plethora of drop-off trips and pick-up trips to youth council meetings, dog walks on study breaks, movie nights and theatre trips, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for always filling our home with laughter and happiness. You show me there are no limits on who I can be because you're a kind, loving, selfless people. I'm proud to call myself your daughter. My sister, on the other hand, is not always so optimistic, as all you think I do is eat tzatziki and nap all day, which isn't too far from the truth, to be fair. But despite all the humbling comments, I appreciate the random karaoke sessions, gossip debriefs and fights over the dog. I know it's your responsibility as not only my sister, but also my best friend, to stick by me always and forever. Even now, as I'm inaugurated as the 16th Youth Mayor, I am thankful you will all support, encourage and uplift me, as I'm given the power to be a civic representative. From being a Year 6 prefect to joining Youth Council in 2022, my motive and responsibility for change began. I ran my campaign with the hopes of transforming the lives of young people for the better, even if it was just one person. Little did I know, I had the power to go beyond that. I've developed invaluable skills and experiences as my term as a youth councillor, from presenting a motion to full council, delivering a petition to Downing Street, chairing meetings and going to Poland, all the way to discovering my lack of talent for axe throwing. I have grown and discovered my passions, thankfully for a decision I made at 15 years old. I'm now 19. Since the beginning, I've met so many people and had life-changing experiences that have shaped me as a person. These aided my journey to become head girl of my sixth form, a squad leader for the My Life My Say campaign. I've lived my first year in London at university, I've spoken in Parliament, and have so many more opportunities I'm yet to be a part of. All these achievements would not have been possible without the skills, experiences, and connections I've made as an Oldham youth councillor. So right now, all I can say is thank you. Thank you for the trust and hope you've placed in my abilities to help make this borough a welcoming, happy, prideful place to live. From plans to raise money for charities, touring different schools, hosting a youth mayor's ball, hopefully, and just speaking and connecting to the people of this borough. I want to use my duty as a youth mayor to spread awareness and initiate change. I hold the key campaigns and plans Councillor Moores has in store over the municipal year close to my own priorities for this role. I hope to join him in this responsibility to help advocate for the lives of children and young people around Oldham, yet also continue to credit and uphold the work of the Youth Council where possible. With this, I wish to be a role model to young people, as I accept this prestigious position with a sense of privilege, joy and hope. Not only am I hopeful for the goals, plans and transformations set for this upcoming year, but I'm hopeful for how the people in and out of this chamber will continue to inspire and achieve their goals over the next year. That is what I want you to reflect on this evening. How will you use your powers and responsibilities to moving forward to help shape, influence and inspire those around you? Thank you. Please can I ask for a vote of thanks to the retiring youth mayor for his service during the past municipal year. I call upon the retiring mayor, Councillor Zahid Chauhan.
Thank you very much. First of all, may I take this opportunity to say congratulations and well done. Good luck for your mayoral year. I'm sure you will make us proud again in Oldham. And thanks for your kind and wise words as well. So not only for young people sat here, but for all of us as well. So well done. Thank you. So Isaac, your turn. So during my mayoral year, I think it will be fair to say that I came across many talented people. And you are one of those talented people. You clearly stood out for your dedication, drive, and the hope it represents for the borough's future as youth mayor, Isaac. You were appointed as 15th youth mayor during my mayoral year, and from day one, you stepped into role with an energy, and I was thinking even, oh, I am gonna cope with you, but somehow we survived. Well done. And it was very shortly, it was impossible to ignore Isaac. You brought a clear vision, not just for yourself, but aspiring as aspiring actor or filmmaker, but also for the young people of Oldham. His mission was clear to help put Oldham on map and to be voice of positivity, which was very close to my mission and my heart as well. So I was delighted to learn. I'm not sure whether you remember from day one when I interviewed you in the car, so what is that, what do you want to do? So I was delighted to hear that actually at least our vision is very close, very similar. So thank you for that. Isaac's journey from youth councillor at 12 to youth mayor reflects a deep, long-standing commitment to his community. He showed up, he spoke up and inspired others to do the same. So thank you for that, Isaac. What impressed me most about Isaac was the desire to build bridges. And again, that's something which was always been close to my heart. In his own words, he wanted to make Oldham a more positive place with less hatred and less division. Do you remember those words? In a world Often too quick to divide, Isaac reminded us that leadership is about bringing people together, not dividing people. So thank you for that, Isaac, as well. Throughout the year, Isaac was a true ambassador, not just in the ceremonial sense, but the way he carried himself at civic engagements, community events, and in conversations, and sometimes very long conversations where I had to pull him out of the conversations too. As he now moves forward to pursue his career, hopefully acting, hopefully making movies, and his dreams, I have no doubt that Isaac will go on to achieve great things. But more importantly, I know that he will continue to carry Oldham in his heart. He has already left a mark here, not just on the office of the youth mayor, but on the young people who saw someone like them stepping confidently into the leadership. I think it will be fair to say, I think you were born a leader, but you were transformed as a leader by Youth Council and by your colleagues. So well done. Isaac, thank you for being powerful voice for our young people, for working with me during my term. And honestly, I have learned a lot from you as well, and I do mean it. And I think I want grown-up people sat in this room to remember that we can always learn. We can learn from young people, and sometimes it is the best learning actually which comes from you. So thank you for all those learning as well. I'm proud to have served alongside you. The stage is yours now, the real stage, and I have no doubt that you will shine both here in Oldham and wherever your journey takes you next. Thank you again.
Mr. Mayor and Consort, Vice Lord Lieutenant of Greater Manchester, Honorary Freeman and Honorary Alderman of the Borough, members and officers of the Council, members of the Youth Council, honoured and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thank you for being here this evening. It's an honour to stand before you all as the Youth Mayor for the final time. I want to extend my thanks to everyone here, as I wouldn't be here without all of your kindness, support and patience. Thank you, everyone. This past year has been an incredible journey. Back when I first started on the Youth Council all those years ago, I was unbelievably nervous. I honestly thought that there had been a mistake in my election and that there would be people better suited to be a youth councillor than me. I'd quickly sit in the back and observe the meetings, occasionally chiming in here or there. Over time, however, this has begun to change. I started actively participating and contributing, and I truly felt like I belonged. A few years ago, my close friend, Charlie, was the only one running for vice chair, the first stepping stone towards youth mayor. They inspired me to run as well. I had even written a speech as well. However, while Charlie was delivering theirs, I felt scared about giving mine in front of everyone, and the what if I lost loomed over my head, so I stepped down. I'd always regretted doing that, but fast forward a year or two, I'd begun to become more confident with myself. Thanks to my theatre course, my friends, both in and out of the Youth Council, as well as the youth workers. Over there. I was ecstatic when the chance came for me to do the welcoming speech for the new cohort of youth councillors. I think the old me would have died if it was still there. Even the version of me reading that speech felt like any unspoken words would make tomatoes come flying at me. Not to brag or anything though, the speech went swimmingly. So when the time came to run for vice chair again, I decided to see it through. I remember how I felt when I was called up, stood in front of 45 of my peers and friends. I could imagine them already reaching for tomatoes. I'd love to say this is the part where I eloquently gave my points and dominated the room as a standout candidate, making up for my past mistakes. Unfortunately, however, my speech didn't save. Something I only found out once I had stood up in front of everyone with all their gazes on me. I can't remember what I said, but it mustn't have been that bad, as, surprisingly, I was elected. Being vice chair and then chair wasn't scary at all after that. I did my best, and I like to think I made it fun for everyone here. Becoming the youth mayor has been so much fun. I was still a little nervous at my first event, as it was the first, and I was scared I wouldn't make a good impression. Within the first few minutes of being with Councillor Chauhan, who was my mayor at the time, he dispelled pretty much all my nerves as he exhumed confidence and kindness. Walking around the Chellerton Fair, taking pictures of everyone, and talking to them all just seemed easy as breathing. I've been on quite a lot of events with Councillor Chauhan since then, things like charity events, networking dinners, and so forth. I was also privileged to be able to lay a wreath for Remembrance Sunday and to honour those who died in World War II. I was also able to attend last year's Pride March, which I really enjoyed as well, because it was so amazing. Sorry, I've lost where I was. It was really nice to see so many people come together for love and to be themselves loud and proud, and it was incredibly heartwarming. I've always been inspired by Councillor Chauhan's confidence and incredible ability to keep rooms captive with his words and speeches, and I find giving speeches don't scare me as much as they used to, and for that I'd like to say thank you. Likewise, my time with the then Deputy Mayor Councillor Moores and his wife Kath was grand. They are incredibly kind and hardworking, and a pleasure to be around. It's been such an experience to shadow and learn from the both of you. Thanks, of course, also has to be given to all the mayoral staff for keeping things running. Conrad, our attendant, who drove us around to places and everywhere. He was a pleasure to talk to, and it was always fun getting in the car. Andrew, who had always helped me if I had questions or needed things filled in. As well as Kimberly, who did a lot of the rotas despite a bad injury and being out a lot. Each and every one of them was kind and good to me, and I know that'd be amazing for you as well, Penelope. I know for an absolute fact that the position as youth mayor is in remarkable hands. I think most people here know how hardworking and kind Penelope is, and how involved she is with the youth council and its events, as well as wider events as a whole. I think more people, if they were like Penelope, I think the future for the youth people and Oldham in general would be in much safer hands. I look forward to the year to come. Good luck, Penelope, although I don't think we'll need it. Thank you, everyone.
Mr. Mayor and Consort, Vice Lord Lieutenant of Greater Manchester, Honouring Freemen and Honouring Aldermen of the Borough, Members and Officers of the Council, Members of the Youth Council, Honoured and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, will you please join me for refreshments?
All right!